welcome to Hayden Homestead. Today we are going to start a fun series called Coffee 101. So you may already know everything you want to know about coffee. You may want to know more about coffee, and that is what this series will be for. So welcome to Coffee 101. I hope you have your notebook and number 2 pencil ready because I'm about to give you some facts. Our first episode, not really, you don't have to write anything down, unless you want to. Whatever, it's all up to you. Our first little episode, we are going to talk about the coffee plant. So what is coffee? Where does it come from? How is it grown? Maybe you already know where all of it's grown because you probably know where your favorite coffee comes from. It might come from Africa or South America. It may come from Indonesia. I don't know. So anyway, coffee beans. Are they really beans? They're not. They're actually seeds. And did you know that coffee is actually a fruit? Yes, I know, right? So it's very high in antioxidants. And actually the Western diet, people get more antioxidants from their coffee than they do anything else. So I think that says a lot about us. We're constantly drinking coffee. So coffee beans are actually seeds. It's actually a fruit. It grows on a tree or a shrub, depending. And it only grows in the equatorial regions of the like Central and South America, Africa, and Southeast Asia. So just right around in that area is where all your coffee's grown. It needs that very particular climate. Now, coffee is actually indigenous to the coffee region of Ethiopia. So that is kind of the cradle of coffee, if you will. But it's now grown in over 70 countries, which is pretty fascinating. So everybody has really taken to cultivating coffee. It is a major crop around the world, so it's very exciting. There are actually 25 coffee plant species. Now, only 2 of those are used to make your morning brew. Think about that. There's 25 species, only 2 of them are used to make your coffee. Now, the 2 of those are the Arabica bean and the Robusta bean. Now, you may have noticed looking at coffee bags in the grocery store that some say 100% Arabica or something to that effect, or maybe it doesn't say anything at all about what kind of beans are in it, which I'll tell you why it says that in just a minute. But let's first talk about the Arabica bean. What is an Arabica bean? And do you need to be worried about something that doesn't say that it's 100% Arabica bean? The Arabica bean, it makes up 60% of our coffee production. So most coffee that you drink is Arabica beans. It's a higher quality bean. It grows at a very high elevation. It has a better taste. All of your gourmet coffees, most of your small batch roasters use Arabica beans. They taste great. They have really nice flavor profiles, but they're finicky. So sometimes your crops, they don't stay quite the same year to year. You'll get a slightly different flavor profile. Now, this is not always noticeable to everyone. Sometimes you may have a different flavor profile from one year to the next that not everybody can even really detect. Now, the Robusta bean, on the other hand, is also really interesting. It's only 40% of our coffee production worldwide, and that particular bean actually has a higher caffeine level. So if you were to drink coffee that is just made from the Robusta bean, you would be so wired for the rest of the day. You probably only need 1 cup. So there are some coffee companies out there who use just Robusta beans, and they have warning labels on their bags that say, this bag of coffee contains 750 milligrams of caffeine per serving, so beware. That's a lot of caffeine. So really, you should only have about 400 milligrams of caffeine in a day. That's the suggested serving, if you will, of caffeine. But Robusta beans, they pack a mighty punch. And because they do, they're used as a filler. So think about Italian espresso. So if you've ever had a really nice espresso at an Italian restaurant, or maybe you've been to Italy and you've had espresso there, most, if not all, a lot of them use the Robusta bean as a filler for their espresso blends. So they'll use the Arabica beans to get certain flavor profiles, and they'll fill some of that in with the Robusta bean, and you get that really bold and really a big caffeine punch as well in that espresso. And it's it makes for really nice coffee, or an espresso, which is why you only need one, maybe 2 espresso shots. If you're traveling around Italy, you don't need a whole lot of that. Trust me, I know, I've been there. So what else about our coffee? I think that might be it for our first episode. So handy things to know: coffee grows on a tree or a shrub. It's actually a really beautiful plant. Maybe we can get a picture of one to pop up right here. Ding! This is the coffee plant. It has beautiful white flowers. It has red berries. They're actually called cherries. And once these are picked, the coffee seeds are inside the berries. And we will talk about how coffee is picked and the process that it goes through to become ready for you to drink in our next episode. So I hope you enjoyed that. Again, this is Hayden Homestead. My name is Shenna Hayden, and we really enjoy talking to people about coffee. It's something that we love, and I hope you enjoyed this show. Have a great day.